Hi there, it's Rebecca with Standing Bear Healing, and I decided recently to do a series of videos about my experiences with severe trauma and then what I learned from it, how I recovered from it and am recovering from it, and then also to offer some of my healing work at the end. So if the topic seems relevant to you, then I believe that the healing work at the end will also. So severe trauma, I've noticed, has a very particular set of affects aftermath in people's lives. And I've noticed that in my life, in my friends' lives that have been through similar things, as well as in the lives of countless clients that I've worked with over the last 10 years. And so I wanted to address some of that because I think sometimes we can feel so alone and not realize that the way we're handling our lives, the challenges we have, the way we interact with others and with circumstances is really, we're not alone. It's a very understandable sequel to having had these really difficult childhoods. And so the first one I want to talk about is when we compare ourselves, and especially in our outer trappings in our lives, with other people. And by that I would mean material success, relationships, whether we're married, have children, have a home, have a stable career, our health, physical health, mental health. And it's so easy in this world when we don't really, we give lip service to the fact that a difficult childhood is going to leave an aftermath. But what I've noticed in my life is that very well-meaning friends will actually say things that in the end, if you look at it, it's shaming the victim, right? Because it's like, well, you're a healer. How come you're not over this by now? Or, oh, you're in another one of those types of relationships. Or all you have to do is think positive and just, stop dwelling on the negative and just talk nice things, And that really is very unhelpful. And it tends to shut us down and make us feel shame that we're not further along than they think we should be, and usually than we think we should be, because nobody wants to live a life of eternal aftermath from a traumatic childhood. Nobody wants that. And many of us have worked very, very, very hard for many, many years, and yet still see the evidence of our trauma cropping up here and there in our lives. And so what I would do is I would compare myself to others of my age and how successful they are. And, I have a good education and all these things. And then I would say, well, but I don't have that kind of success. So-and-so just like got out of school, went to grad school, got a great job, got married, had a few kids, and, and it could make us feel very left out and very left behind. And I don't want you to feel that way, because here's what my guides said to me. They said, Rebecca, if you were to come up to a higher level of consciousness and you were to look at the entire situation from this more spiritual, higher perspective, you would see that in reality, first of all, there's no right or wrong and there's no better or worse. We're all just equal. But also, what they showed me is that if you look at the starting point for this person, and they maybe started out way ahead of you, and you started out over here, and you're working really hard, and you're working really hard. And from the divine perspective, we have come so far, and we are so honored and so powerful to have come as far as we have. For me, for many years, just not killing myself was a huge triumph. Now I measure my triumphs in much different realms, but that's normal. That's normal. And I want to just give you credit for still being here, for being right here with me now. And I want to thank you for that, because the world needs warriors like us who have been through a lot and who refuse to succumb to our pasts and refuse to become perpetrators. And instead, we choose to become a part of the solution, a part of the answer, by working on ourselves first, right? And so I just wanted to say that if you're comparing yourself to other people, please don't do that. Please don't. Forgive yourself that you've done it. It is absolutely normal. I think every single one of us does. However, it really doesn't serve a purpose. So maybe try to look back on your life and say, it's a huge triumph to go through nights when you want to kill yourself and to not do it. That's enormous. It's enormous. It takes huge amount of courage and strength and resourcefulness. Just whatever way you can look at your life and how you have continued on in spite of everything you've been through, and just pat yourself on the back. And if I were there, I'd pat you on the back too and say, well done, because that's the message I'm hearing coming through, is that the divine just wants to tell you, well done, well done. You're right on time. You haven't missed any opportunities that are, you just haven't missed anything. You're right on time, and you've done really, really well. And so now I'd like to explain briefly, if you haven't heard about any of the other videos where I describe my work, I'm just briefly going to tell you how this works. And it's a closed eye process. It's a guided meditation, and we're going to connect in with our hearts and then go into Mother Earth, gather her wisdom and strength, and stay connected with her, stay grounded. And then we're going to take a journey up through the 7 planes of existence and connect in with the creator of all that is, God, all that is, whatever name you choose to give to that all-loving divine source that we all came from and that we all go back to, and that we all have access to that love and that comfort and that peace at all times. We just often forget it. And so when we're there, my original training was in theta healing, and so that's the foundation of my work. And if you've had theta healing, you'll see a lot of similarities to that. It's evolved a bit beyond that, less so in a group event like this than it would be in an individual session. In individual sessions, I'll get more visions and channeled messages for you, but and I'm sure that will come through today too. I really have no idea what exactly how this will unfold, because when I go in, I go all the way up there, and then I just let go, and I let the creator just guide the session and use me as the mouthpiece, the conduit, the instrument of her healing. Okay, so anything else? Well, you want your arms and legs uncrossed so the energy can move freely, and you want to be hydrated. I'm going to have a sip of water. This is a Cowboys cup from my friend Chuck. He passed away on January 6th, and he is one of my spirit guides now. He hangs out with me here, so thanks, Chuck. And yeah, I think that's it. Let's go ahead and go in and do some healing work and see what kind of healing and what kind of messages come through. So if you would, just close your eyes now and take a deep, relaxing breath and just let it out naturally. And allow yourself just to move down into your heart space and see yourself there as a glowing ball of light in the center of your chest. And allow that ball of light to just get a little bit bigger and brighter, knowing that you are now in safe and sacred space. If it feels better to you, we can call upon, and with your agreement, your angels and guides, any other helping spirits that love you and that are of the light, that would like to come and just keep you protected and supported, and to fill you with their divine love, which will also help to raise your vibration so that you can be in the most receptive mode possible. And now let us take a journey down into the center of our beloved Mother Earth. And in the center, just feel that tremendous stillness, the peace and the tranquility, but also breathe in and soak in just how powerful and strong and great our Mother Earth is. Let us give her our gratitude for all she does for us and let us receive her blessings and her love and her assistance. Thank you. And now, rising back up, allow yourself to stay connected to the center of your Mother Earth through the soles of your feet, becoming aware of those energetic roots at the soles of your feet, that at any moment that you need grounding or strength or wisdom or whatever else, you can just think feet and focus on the bottoms of your feet and just feel as those roots just wake up and just soak in that beautiful energy of Mother Earth. I'm particularly aware right now of just that deep breath of fresh mountain air, how refreshing that is, how it rejuvenates us, how it awakens us, mind, body, and spirit. And as her energy moves up your legs, when it hits the base of your spine, these two columns of rainbow light begin spiraling up your spine, crisscrossing, infusing each of your chakra centers with the exact right frequency of light and sound and energy, so that each chakra center is now becoming healed and balanced and open, so that in perfect alignment, the energy flows freely through all parts of your being, mind, body, and spirit. And now moving out, moving out through your crown chakra into a beautiful ball of light. We're going to take a journey now together upward, and we're going to move past the sky, past the stars, past some white lights and some dark lights, past some brilliant white lights, and now traveling through a sort of jello-like substance which contains all the laws of the universe. Let us now allow ourselves to rise up even further as we slide gracefully and effortlessly up into this beautiful pearly white iridescent light. It twinkles and shimmers. It's the sense of a million of the warmest, most loving hugs you've ever had in your life. And if you've never had one like that, just allow yourself to imagine what it's like to have a million divine, unconditionally loving hugs. Creator of all that is, it is commanded that you guide this healing session now and that you use me in the process. Thank you. It is done, it is done, it is done. And so it is. Show me. First, there is a message. The message is, I have heard your cries. I have heard your weeping. I feel the sorrow of your heart and soul and the anguish of your mind. And you have never been without my love, although you may not at that time have felt it. It is hoped now that you feel it now. And if you've never been truly and unconditionally loved and safe with another human, may you have the strength of imagination to allow yourself to expand from your experiences and open yourself to the fact that you are dearly and completely loved just as you are. You are not behind. You have not failed. You have not disappointed me. You are beautiful. You are kind. And yes, you have that fierceness which I gave to you, that you would have what it takes to get through the journey that you have been through. And if your life right now is in turmoil and suffering, please know that, again, you are not alone. There is compassion and sorrow for your suffering, but from the divine perspective, a complete understanding of how powerful and competent you are, how loved, how worthy, and know that you have what it takes to do this. And by that we mean you are not alone. You are never alone. We send you many messages, and we ask that you just open your mind that you might see and hear more of them as we support you and guide you on your journey. But the most urgent message is, please do not judge yourself. Know that in the heavenly realms, not one of us judges you whatsoever, no matter what mistakes you have made, no matter what horrible things you may think you have done, or you may in fact have done. We love you every bit as much as those who have not done those things. And so just try to lift that veil, the illusion of judgment and comparison, and to just give yourself a break, to allow yourself to start from your starting point and not compare yourself to those who started a million miles further ahead than you from earthly perspective, that is. And so now we'll do some downloads and some clearings to help you on this journey. Creator of all that is, it is commanded that you download into us. It is possible for me to give myself a break. I deserve to give myself a break. And I'm worthy to give myself a break, and I know this from my Creator's perspective. The Creator, teach us, if we've never exercised this muscle, teach us now how to give ourselves a break and when, and teach us that, well, clear the belief, if I give myself a break, something bad will happen. Pull this Creator from all 4 belief levels and send it to God's light, and replace it now with, I can give myself a break without anything bad happening to anyone. Creator, clear and reverse the perspective that somehow by punishing ourselves, we are furthering the cause of our growth or our atonement. Pull that and teach us instead that our atonement is given, that all we have to do is ask. Creator, clear and cancel the belief and the energy of, I am less than others, I am worthless, I am unworthy. Clear and cancel these and replace them, Creator, with, I am as good as and equal to all other beings. And I am worthy, and I am capable. Download these, Creator, on all 4 belief levels, in every area of our lives and through every cell of our bodies, for the highest and the best. We thank you. Creator, download into us, I know how to have compassion for myself. And now teach us how to do that, if that has never been activated within us. And do so, Creator, on all 4 belief levels, in every area of our lives and through every cell of our bodies, for the highest and the best. We thank you. It is done, it is done, it is done, and so it is. Show me. Creator of all that is, for all the times that we have judged ourselves and found ourselves lacking Teach us how to forgive ourselves for that and to just let it go and to live in this present moment from here forward without dragging that anymore into the future. Thank you, Creator. Do this on all 4 belief levels, in every area of our lives and through every cell of our bodies for the highest and the best. We thank you. It is done, it is done, it is done, and so it is. Show me. Creator, teach us how to begin to see ourselves through your eyes as who we truly are, not as the flawed and battered person in this lifetime, but as the perfect divine being that you know us as. And let this awareness of the truth of our being begin to gently unfold in perfect and divine timing at the pace that is perfect for each and every one of us. But let this awakening begin right here and right now, and let it proceed with gentleness and love. Thank you, Creator. Do this now on all 4 belief levels in every area of our lives and through every cell of our bodies for the highest and the best. We thank you. It is done, it is done, it is done, and so it is. Show me. And now we'll wrap up with the integration process. Beloved Creator of all that is, it is commanded that you now integrate this entire session into us with grace, ease, and joy, continuing your healing and guiding work on us from now and through all eternity, through every cell of our bodies, on all 4 belief levels, in every area of our lives for the highest and the best. We thank you, Creator. It is done, it is done, it is done, and so it is. Show me. And just take another deep, gentle breath. And come back. And know that I'm sending you so much love. I know what it's like to go through the dark night of the soul and to go through one after another for decades. And I want you to know that there is a way out, and I'm going to continue sharing the things I have learned, because for me, I've been on my personal healing journey for over 30 years, and I just don't want it to take that long for the rest of us. There's no need that anyone should have to go through the arduous, long path that I've gone through. And of course, I'm still on the healing journey, and I'm, at this moment, I'm loving it. I'm appreciating the things that I have experienced because they've made me who I am. I'm not saying that it would be easy at this point to go back and choose to start from day one again, but now that I'm at this point, I have more peace than I've ever had before. I have more strength than I've ever had before, and more self-love and self-care. So I hope that helped. I hope you feel less alone, and I'll be sharing more stories. And I just wanted to share with you that my dear friend Brian was also going down that road recently, lamenting about how this gentleman that he was working for, they were about the same age, and the disparity between the material and outer trappings of this man's life, made him feel bad. And I said, stop, please. You can't compare you and him. There is no way to compare, because, we're in a, as he calls it, an elite club. not an enviable one, but trust me, when you get further along, it does get easier. I still have my ups and downs, I won't lie to you, but my downs now are infinitely higher than my highs were when I first started the healing journey. So just wishing you so much happiness. You deserve it. Success, love, contentment, peace, and fulfillment. I love you, and I'll be back again soon.